Welcome to RFZ Bizbox. Here we talk about inspiring journeys of businesses, successful stories, and insights of Dubai booming economy. So today I am with someone who knows exactly what we are talking about and what success is. He leads a group of companies in Dubai and he has helped countless entrepreneurs to build and grow their business here. Hello Imran, how are you?
I'm good, Elodie. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So, Imran, can you introduce yourself and tell us more about you?
Yeah, so my name is Imran. I'm a CEO and managing director of RFZ Group of Companies. So under RFZ Group of Companies, we got like multiple variant of businesses, uh, corporate services, real estate,
Yeah.
a media company, an accounting and auditing firm, and as well as a travel agency. So yeah, so we are based in Dubai,
Yeah.
in World Trade Center. Also, we have a branch in UK, in London. We are in Barcelona
Perfect.
and Netherlands. So we are expanding massively. Yeah. So
Nice.
at the moment, I'm heading RFZ Group of Companies.
Okay, nice. I'm happy to be with you today. I'm sure we will learn a lot from you. Can you tell us more about your background, like what brought you to Dubai?
Yeah. So literally, like if you ask my background, so I belongs to Pakistan, and I qualified from one of the best university from there. Like after my graduation, I was thinking like where to go, what to do in life. So I started working with a telecom company which is called Huawei. It's a Chinese-owned company.
Yeah.
They were like kind of like very well systemized and they were very professional in their job. Most of them, like my colleagues, they were Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, so I achieved a lot in that company specifically. Like my background was like a business development and business management. So I was kind of working, and at the same time, I was learning a lot from Huawei. At one point of time, I have seen that there are limitations in Pakistan, and you cannot grow a lot at certain levels. Specifically, like if you want to achieve big things, so you have to hunt other options, out of
Okay.
Pakistan.
So, what brought you to Dubai?
The important thing what brought me to Dubai is the leadership of Dubai. Getting inspired every day from the personality of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, His Highness. So he is the one. Like I was like when I was looking at into different opportunities and in areas, and the countries. So I started searching on USA, UK, and some part of Europe. Then starts hunting about Dubai. Like I went to different pages, and I end up with a profile of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, His Highness. So he's like he's a visionary guy. When I was looking at his page and I read about him, I was feel inspired. Like I thought, okay, this is the leader. If he is leading a country, then that country is a different level. The opportunities what I have seen in Dubai at that point of time, they were beyond my imagination, and the vision of the leadership, it was greater than any other country. So I thought, okay, let's start from Dubai. So like in the early time when I came to Dubai, I joined a law firm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was my first initiative in Dubai. And after working in law firm, when I understand the rules and regulations, and when I was mastering the skills of sales at the same time, I was learning about the industries and different businesses. So at one point of time, like I got like good partners. So we sat together and we thought, okay, why not we should start our business. So at from that moment, in 2019, we started RFZ Group, and it started with the one company, CSP, and then it was followed by many different companies, like in 4 to 5 years time. And now here we
Nice.
are with a group of companies.
Great, congratulations. So, as like you have an inspiring background, and
Hmm.
what would you say from your experience, from I think the people also in your network and all the person you helped here in Dubai? What is for you the key of success? Like how to build a solid business?
Look, like when you are building a business, The most important, what I feel, since I was like building a business from the scratch, so I encounter many things, but on the top end, I would say there are four roles of any successful business.
Okay.
So
So four rules. Remember that. Okay. So I'm
yeah,
curious to know.
I trust that, I went through this journey.
Yeah.
Anybody who is starting a business from the scratch, or who is into a business and not a successful person, so he has to follow these four rules first, and then everything will come around him. First rule is
Yeah.
the leadership.
Okay, so the leadership.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not just the
Explain.
leadership, like a visionary leadership, a strong leadership which is inspiring people. And I hear a lot of time, even I set up businesses every day. I'm helping business people, a community who is bringing new ideas, and like there are kind of like multinational companies. They're coming to me for an advice. I'm
Yeah.
hearing everybody. So what I personally feel like, and what I hear from them, that for a successful business, we must need a strong business plan. I literally
Yeah.
like I respect them and I agree with them, but at the same time, I feel it's not true. And why it is not true,
Yeah.
the business plan is something what you start in the beginning, and once you go into the game, the business game.
You realize that
Yeah.
it's not the business plan at all.
literally.
You start with an idea and then you
Yeah,
try
yeah,
the idea and then you
yeah,
start again.
yeah. Literally, it's not like when we started business, we made a plan.
Yeah. For
And
RFZ.
we were
yes.
thinking that we are going to execute this plan, and
Yeah.
that's all for the business. We plan a business, we put a fund, we had a team, and then we say let's start. So when we start, it was a different story than what we planned. So I
Yeah.
think it's not only me. Like I think every successful businessman, he is feeling the same thing in the business when he entered in the business. So what I said, like first thing, the most important thing is the leadership.
So when you say leadership, what do you mean exactly? To link it with the business plan. So yes, it's not the first thing is not to start with a business plan, because we know that it will
Yeah.
not be respected. At least have an idea. So what do you mean exactly? What is a good leader?
When you talk about the leadership, you have to have a leader in a company, in a business, or in a country, a leader who know how to get it done. He is not complaining, and also he should have a behavior of do and die. So
Okay.
let's say if you're confused, if your leader is confused, the whole team will be confused, that your business will shut down, because when you go into the market,
Yeah.
the game is different. For me, like the first thing is the leadership, and then
Okay.
everything goes around the leader. So
Exactly.
if let's say if you have a leader, like he gets scared from the situation, so he is into the market, he faced the difficulties, and if he get confused, or if he feel that it is so risky for him, and he's going to waste everything, he's going to destroy a business. Business is not a job of a lazy man. It's not a job of a scary person.
Yeah.
It's a job of a person who has the kind of a big heart, and he has to be kind of like a person who is ready to fight with any situation coming next to him. Because like if in business, if you're a manager, if you're a leader or a supervisor, the whole team is looking at you.
Completely.
And
You are the example.
yeah, exactly. The whole team is looking at you, and they will follow you. And if you are confused, you will confuse the whole team. So I
Yes.
think that's the main key, that if a business is starting from the scratch, the first thing, the owner of the business, they should have that kind of mindset that they are going to get it done. Or
No matter what.
exactly, it's well saying, if you are scared, don't do it. And if you are doing it, don't be scared. So that's
Just do it.
just do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think
Nice.
that's very simple. That's very simple in business. The first point is
Yes.
everything. Like if you don't have a good leadership, it doesn't matter what you have, the money you have, the team you have, you're
will
going to
leave.
destroy everything, and at the end of the day, you will end up with a bankruptcy, and you will lose your money, and then it's not easy to start again, because you will go to a situation where you will regret and you will lose everything. Like psychologically, it will affect in your life, and then you won't be able to start again. So I would say anybody who's getting into the business, they should respect the time. Business is not something which can happen in a day or a month or a year. Minimum, I would say the 3 years minimum time for any business to be successful. If anybody who wants a successful business in 6 months, because I have seen that, like, people are coming to
We
me
can
with a
hear
plan,
that,
and
yeah.
they said, okay, first month will be here, the second month will be here, the 6th month will be a successful in the market, and will be leading in the market in 1 year. I think, I don't want to disrespect them, but I think that's not a mindful thing.
Yeah, you need to give time
yeah,
to build a
exactly.
strong business. If we are
Exactly.
talking about short-term success, yeah, but I think
Yeah.
when you launch a business, you want it to last.
It's a long term. It's not a trading, day-to-day trading. It's not something like, you pay your money and get out ROI like in 1 month. It's not something you are buying a real estate on rent, and then, after a month you will have a tenant and he's going to give you rent. It's a different than investment. So is where the people has to understand there is difference in business, difference in investment. So the people who are coming to the business for making money quickly, I would say go out. This is not your place.
Yeah.
So if
That
you
is
have
a
enough
very good
money and you don't want to work, go to invest somewhere this money. Don't waste in the business.
Okay.
I would say, like, if I have 1 million and I'm lazy and I'm not inspired and I don't want to fight, I should not waste that money into business. I will lose it.
Yeah.
I rather go to buy a property,
A real estate.
or if I know like how to trade on the stock, I invest in the stock or any other business, or I give this money to someone who is capable to do business. I should not jump into the business. So I feel like I will start from the beginning, like as I said, the leadership.
Leadership.
So that's the first key, that
Okay.
how you are operating a business, like what mindset you have. Like, is this mindset is like kind of a challenging mindset? Are you going to accept the challenge or not? If not, then go out. The business is not your place.
Completely. So
Yeah.
you will be the image also of the company, the example. So
Exactly.
your company will just reflect the person you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so first key, leadership. Then you talk a lot about the team when you was explaining. So is the second point linked to
Yeah.
the team or not?
Yeah, exactly. Team plays an important role.
Yeah.
Even the leader is flop without a team. How he's going to handle multiple things, how he's going to handle all the departments. If the leader doesn't have a team, he's a freelancer. He's not a businessman. So he should not think that he's into a business. He is a freelancer. So the team is the most important. So now, when we talk about team,
Yeah.
is, I think, one of my best subject.
Okay.
The way I built a team in RFZ is kind of one of the example. And I would not say word I, because it's look like I'm kind of like an ego, but I just want to give an example like how RFZ build a team. When you are building a team, especially from the scratch, most of the time when you are new to the business, you put on ads and you start hiring people. They say a lot in the CVs, they say a lot by the words, but you don't know their background. So you have to be careful, because you are putting your money, you are putting your vision, you are going to waste your time if you are not hiring a qualified person. So the qualification is the number one. And then I would say the trust and the capability of the team and how they follow you, that's the most important. These are the very basic steps I would say everybody knows in the business. But
Okay.
what is unique here when you're hiring a team is not this.
Okay.
believe me.
So what it
It is
is?
something kind of, when you start a business with a team,
Yeah.
they should have something which is more than the loyalty, which is more than the qualification, which is more than the trust. And that is something, you know, you will feel it. You cannot name it.
Mm.
When I say this, what does it mean? Like you hire a person and you are going to close your eyes and you will say, hey, I trust you the way I trust me. I know that this person is going to follow me more than 100%. This person is going to do a job the way I want. And this person is going to bring a value to my business the way I want. You have to hire somebody who's your reflection. So I think trust and the qualification and anything else is very basic.
Mm.
You know, if you talk
Yeah.
about these things, I would say you will not find it. You can only judge people that okay, he's qualified, I can trust him, but you have to bring somebody who's from the market, the people who are already working on a position, and those people who are in your respected circle. If I bring somebody from the market, I don't know him, he's qualified.
Yeah.
Maybe after 6 months he will say, I don't like the way you work and I don't like your vision. Then what will happen? You'll waste your 6 months, then you have to bring somebody else and then waste 6 months. So don't do these experiments with the business, especially
Mm.
when it is new, because any business which is coming from the zero, they have a lot of limitations. They have kind of like boundaries. So if they are not going to play within those boundaries, they are going to lose everything. So that the risk is there. Business without risk
There
is
is
nothing. So you have to take a risk, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean like you should put yourself in a trouble
Mm.
and you play with your business. So you have to be very careful in the beginning. So yeah, once you move into the business and you spend 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then you should do these sort of experiments to bring innovative people, different mindsets. The point is to have a team which will follow a leader, the vision of the leader. So, or they can bring their own creativity and kind of ideas into the business, and all those ideas and creativity should match with the vision. It should not be a different direction. So yeah, I think
Completely.
that's how somebody should qualify the team, especially when they are new. Otherwise, they will lose their business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to have a clear vision
Mhm.
of what you want to achieve
Yeah.
and what's the mission of the company also,
Yeah.
so that it can help you to hire the people aligned with
Yeah.
this vision and
Exactly.
okay.
So
And
I'll give you another example
Yeah.
from our employees. This is kind of very realistic and true example. So when we start from the scratch, so like we need 4 people, like, and there was like different question like how you gonna hire these people. So one option was to place an ad
okay.
and qualify people. The second was to look around and see who is into your circle, and especially when you are starting from the zero and you talk with somebody who's working with a company who's 10-year-old, 20-year-old, and he's sitting in a position in the management, so earning a handsome salary
Very
and very stable
comfortable.
and with the family.
Yeah.
So it's hard to break those
Mm.
sort of people from their positions. So I love breaking them, and and it was my plan that I'm not going to hire anybody for the experiment.
Mm.
So I was very careful with any penny I spend into the business, because I know that what is our vision. So by keeping that vision in the center, I was taking all the decisions, and I think everybody should do this. So
Mm.
I I talked to a guy who was working in a company, and that company is many years old. Like, I don't know exactly, but I think it's one of the oldest company in Dubai, you know. So he was working in finance, because the most important aspect when you are starting a business, that how to do the financial planning, you know, to have somebody dedicated who can take care of your, you know, macro and micro
Economic,
level
yeah.
management in the finance, who can, you know,
Anticipate the cost
exactly, you
also
know,
and help you on that
exactly
side.
how you can control all those things. Because when you are setting up something, or when you are in the start, you have to face a different challenge than going into the micromanagement and looking at those small things. Those are important, but you should have somebody qualified for that. So I went to a guy, you know, I know him from my friend circle. So I sat with him. I told him, you know, I just started talking with him. I said, okay, you know, I'm setting up a business, and I'm looking for somebody with a similar position like you. And he said, yeah, I will check somebody from the market. I said, no, I want you. And he said, hey. And he said, you know, my company is like many years old, and I'm very much stable here, and I'm happy with everything. I said, look, if you are happy, I'll make you more happy, you know. And,
Okay.
you know, the vision and the plan and the mindset, and, you know, determination. And when you know that you are going to crack it, you can say anything. Once you're confused, it will reflect in your behavior and your words.
Exactly.
So I was not confused, and I was 100% sure that I'm going to do big for this person. So I told him, this is my promise, you know. And to say someone like this, you should have a history. So this person, he knows me, that Imran, if he says something, it's mean, it's not lie. So when I started talking about leadership, so the leaders, they don't lie, they don't manipulate things, they give a clear vision, and they have a history. Like, if you talk about uh, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, so whatever he has done, it's a history, you know.
Yeah,
if he
completely.
if he says something now, people will trust him. If he say there is a plan of 2030, 2040, we trust him. We know, because he has done very well job, you know, better
Exactly.
than anywhere, any part of the world, you know. He is the best leader, I can say confidently. So I'm not matching with him. I'm a very small guy next to him. But what I mean to say, like, as a leader, when you go to talk with somebody, your words should inspire, and the people should trust you.
Mm.
So when I say him that, I say, you know, take my words, you know, I promise you, I will never let you down. So normally the employees are saying this to the boss, I will never let you down. But
But
I'm
you
saying
said
to
it.
this guy, I say, I will never let you down.
Mm.
You come to me because I know his value, but what value he's going to bring into the company. Rather than searching people from the market, why not I beg next to this guy, you know? And
Completely.
so he said, like, how much salary you will offer me, and how you will pay me this salary, you know?
You're starting.
Yeah. Or, you know,
So what's
well,
the
give me
secret?
the clear picture, like, you know, you are coming to me, you're sitting next to me, and you're saying me, I want you, and you're proposing me, you know, like a big company, and you're saying, you know, you will take me to this level and that level, like, how you're going to get it done, you know? So I told him, okay, you know, I'm going to get it done. I trust me, and if you know me, if you trust me, just come and think about this. I'll give you one day the salary what you're getting. I'll give you more. Why I said that? I don't want to waste my money on something which brings zero value to the company. So I told him, I will give you more than what you're getting from the current company. Why I said that? Because I know I don't want to experiment with my vision. I don't want to experiment with my ideas. And what I'm going to do is very strong. And we are going to build a big empire. And that empire we can only build with the people who are qualified, who know the job,
Mm.
to whom I trust. So, and also they follow me and they know the job. They are not playing around, and they can stay with me long term. That's the most important thing. You check RFZ employees. We started with 5 people, and all of them are with us, and they are in the leading positions. They are
Completely.
in the top management and the board. Whenever we have a board meeting, they are part of us. We take decision together. So yeah, he went home. He, he thought about this, and then next day he came to me. He said, Imran, look, I trust you, but I'm very confused. I have a family. So how you say this? Can you prove me? Like, can you show me something? Then I had my plan on a paper. I
Yeah.
say, come, let's have a coffee. I'll explain you how it will happen. Then he checked everything. He said, oh, it looked like a big thing, but and also I know you that you're not lying, and if what you are showing me, if this is true, I'm in. So like there was like few other discussion. I don't want to open everything. So yeah, at
Mm.
the end he took a decision and he joined me. And the same thing happened with all other people who are with us now, and they are part of our board members. That's the story about RFZ, and it's an
Mm.
example as well, like how you can build a team, especially when you are a startup company. I have my friends losing business because they try to negotiate on the salaries, they try to negotiate on many things, they compromise their vision
Mm.
because of negotiation. I think you need a quality in the start. You
Yeah.
should not think about quality after 2 or 3 years. You have to bring
It's from
quality
the
from the
beginning.
beginning. So once you have strong team, you can crack everything. I know my words, when we were complete. So we were sitting together in one meeting room. I told them, we are five, but believe me, we are better than 50 people. So trust me, we are going to do big things. So all of them, they said, yes, we trust you. And we felt that. So I got support from everybody in the company. And that's how you become a successful business.
Mm.
So leader without a team is nothing. He's a freelancer, as I said, in a very simple word. So
Completely.
team is
Mm.
very important.
And I feel like you talk a lot also about your feeling. Like even when you was talking about leadership, you said like you have to feel it. And then with the employee and the team, also it's okay. You need to find someone who is matching the vibes, the energy, the vision. So I think also as a leader, tell me what you're saying, but you need also to trust your gut somewhere.
Yeah. You have one vision, and on top of the vision, you have to link it with something. Let's say if somebody says, I'm going to achieve this thing in 1 year. So if he doesn't know how he's going to achieve this thing, I think he cannot achieve. So you have to connect your feeling with the process. So what I want to achieve in 1 year, I have to connect it somewhere. I have to put a process and execute it and put a right team and then crack it. So when you know that you want somebody, you should know why you want that person. What is his or her connection with your vision? So if that is not matching, I think your plan will flop. So when I talk about feeling, it's mean that uh, the person who has a vision, he know better what is matching with the vision. So
Mm.
when you look at the CVs and when you listen to the people, you should not trust on their words. And I think there is a strong connection of feeling when you have vision, and when you hire a team, and when you build something. All those things should match with each other. If one thing is not matching, you will be flopped. So we read in the books that the characteristics of qualified people, and for each job what sort of people you have to hire. But this is not enough. So the world work with the feeling. What we feel about Bentley and what we feel about Toyota. That's two different things. So when
Mm.
their leaders, or when their owners, they were building these brands, so they left in the market a feeling. And that feeling, what we can feel when we are driving Toyota and when we are driving Bentley. So
It's
they are
completely
built with
different.
the two different visions and two different feelings. So
Exactly.
that's when I talk about feeling, that's what it is.
Okay, and
Yeah,
like it's very linked to the vision, but
yeah,
also yes, if you know where you want to go,
yeah.
then you will know what's the best for you.
Exactly. You should not judge people with their words and the CVs.
Exactly.
There is a strong connections, and that connections can be through your heart, or through your relationship, or the past experience. There are many things you have to check before hiring an employee, especially when you are setting up,
Mm.
and when you have a limited budget, and when you have a plan and clear direction, and you you should not lose time in the beginning. I remember I was not able to sleep, and I feel the same for any other businessman who is setting up from the scratch. Even if you're sleeping, you have
You're
dreams about
thinking
your plans. So you
completely.
connect dots every time. Every time, if you are very serious about this. Otherwise, the market is not easy, especially when you are in Dubai, where
Mm.
everything is here. The standards, the companies are like doing very well, and it gives you a very strong competition. So in this competition, if you are sleeping, you will go out. You lose everything.
Exactly, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So, leadership, a great team. You talk also a little about system, process. So, what's the next key? Is it linked?
Yeah, for sure it is linked. So you have a good leader,
Yeah.
you have a great team, but you don't know how to execute them, how to utilize them.
Okay.
You know, who will manage what and who will manage what. So if you don't know the process of your business, you are zero. Uh, you can have a qualified team, you have a best leader in the world, and you don't know how to execute them, how to use them, how to utilize them, how to build a process and integrate your team with the process. That's
Mm.
very important. So in very simple words, I would say your team should have a clear direction of your vision. So the vision has as a point, but it's always not the end. You know. So when you are utilizing your team toward the vision, so there is a road going toward the vision. So you have to make sure that you and your team, they are in the same road. I'll go to technicalities. Let's say if I start a business,
Mm.
I should know the process of that business. I should know how to interlink the process with the team. Let's say we are in the business setups. We work with all the authorities in Dubai. So Dubai Economy Department, all the free zones, banks, and all kind of like ministries and other government authorities. So that's our major work what we do. So if I hire somebody, and if I tell him, right now your job is to work in this direction. Let's say we have different businesses. So if I tell him, okay, your job is to work with a customer relationship in CSP, which is corporate services, and then later on, if I find him working in real estate, and that's a different. So the leader
Completely.
should have that sort of kind of the process, and he should control people, and he should give them a direction. And sometimes you have to lead with the example. Okay, so your people, you hire a qualified person, but he he's going to get it done, but at the end maybe he need a small fix, a little fix. The moment you fix for him and give him a little turn towards your direction, he will go very fast. But most of the time, the companies, they destroy the talent because they don't know how to utilize them, how to put them into their process, and how to integrate them into the systems of the company. So first of all, there has to be a system. You should design a system, how to take the job step to step by step, and end to end. you know so let's say if you have to reach from one point to another point, you have to draw the process, how it will go, what is the roadmap of going
Mm.
there. And then you have to integrate your team with the process. Let's say the leader behavior and the leader knowledge, the ideas should reflect in the team. So let's say if I build a team and they are not speaking my language, I think they are into different direction. So let's say if if a leader is kind of very intellectual and he has a knowledge and he speak politely and he know how to build a relation, how to communicate, but his team doesn't know, it's mean the team is not following the leader or leader is not giving them a direction. So something is missing in this point. So that's why when I say the process and execution is important and the integration of the team is very important, that's really important because that's one of the most important part of the business. Otherwise, your leadership will fail. It doesn't matter you being Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, and you put a best team for him, and then if he's busy with other things and he's not ready to give time to his team to integrate them with the process, or if his team is not understanding the process and they are not ready to integrate them with the process, then the whole thing will fail, and the big business will end up with a bankruptcy. And the people will say, this business has best people, best leader, the money, but what happened? This small thing, the small fix, because of a small fix, the whole business fail. By having the best people in the business, the funds, and the leader. So this is the third thing which the new businesses should keep in mind, that they should link their employees, the process, into their systems, and they have to design system first of all, which everybody is going to follow. So without this, I think business will fail. I'm not thinking, I'm sure that it will fail.
Yes, you're a leader, so you have no doubt. So yes, tell me also, we were talking about leadership and the team and the process. Do you think that a leader should know everything, like all the roles in the company, at least the basic? Or do you think that the leader should just know how to manage the company and then trust the rest of the team to do the job?
It always depends on the business, but in most of the cases, leader should know everything. So when I say everything, especially the core of the business, and like any business in the world, it is run by a specific department. As soon as if it is not a retail shop or any like SME business, which is kind of like maybe a salon or a retail shop, if it is like a service-based business, or if it has a layers of departments, then a leader has to be capable and he should know, or she should know everything in the business. Otherwise, there are chances that he will lose control in some points. So the major departments of any business is like, first thing is the product.
Okay.
The leader should know what he's selling.
Completely.
And the second thing is, of course, as a leader, he should have a management skills. So he should know how to manage a team. The most important is he should know the system and the process of his business, like how the business is running exactly. He should not sit on side and he say like, okay, these guys are working, but I don't know what they're working. At the end of the day, I need money from them. So it's kind of like a different level of business. This business can make money, but in most of the cases, I don't think. The last is like, the most important, what I feel is like, if you don't know this part, most of the time the people will understand, especially the finance part. So if you don't know like what is happening with your cash flow, what is exact number of your net profit, how much your business is burning and how much your business is earning, at the same time, what is the situation in the petty cash, how the cash is going out and in from the business. If you don't know your business financials, you will fail. And specifically this department in the business, they will understand that our leader doesn't know this.
So we can do whatever we want.
or they will be lazy. Or maybe they will not cheat you, but they will not keep in trust and they will let it go. But at one point of time, it will become dangerous for your business. So they will always show you a good turnover and profit, but not in the reality. So in reality, you have to follow the steps. You have to follow the cash flow the money coming and going out from the business, and what business is achieving in the target, what was the investment level, and what are the returns. And he should calculate these returns frequently, he should keep eye frequently. It doesn't mean that he has to disturb the departments, he has to kind of like go and dig more and frustrate people working there, but he should know on the top that, okay, he should know how to look into the balance sheet, how to kind of go into the books of accounts and see the major and minor things, so that he can do macro and micromanagement of the finance. Otherwise, it's kind of very dangerous position. Like, you can hire a person and do the replacement, but if you lose your cash, you have to lose your business. So there is no other way. Like, this is the very, very important point, that you have to manage your business with your own eyes. You have to keep an eye. You have to bring people to those you trust. They will add value, but at the same time, you have to be on top of that. When I say on top of that, it doesn't mean that you have to keep eye on everybody, what they are doing in the business. You have to know smartly how to check each and every of your employee, how to appreciate. Sometimes people are doing extraordinary for them, but if the leader doesn't know, then he will know, like, this guy is like, he has an intention maybe to do something wrong with the company, and if the leader will block him, he will block the productivity. So sometimes people are doing extraordinary, more than your imagination and more than you think from them, more than you expect from them. So in that case, you have to appreciate people. You have to know who deserve an appreciation and who deserve a kind of complaint. So at the end of the day, like, if you don't know, there are two things can happen. One thing is that, you may trust on that person and you keep going with the situation and you destroy. And the second thing, even if you know, you don't know how to find it. So even if you don't know how you find it, I would say that person will be an idiot person in the business. Sometime that one employee is on the mistake, and you keep complaining as a business owner, this guy, I don't like him. If you don't like him, why he's into the business?
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, the way an owner or a owner of the business or a leader of the business respect employee, the similar respect should come back. And let's say here in RFZ, I respect everybody, and I appreciate them from my heart, not from my mind. So when I say somebody, you have done a good job, it's coming from the heart. So, and same thing I'm expecting from them. And I think every businessman should do the same. They should appreciate their employee. At the same time, they should look an eye, like, what they're doing exactly. If somebody is not satisfied from someone, it's kind of like a negative ROI for the business, and it's a bad fish. You should respectfully remove that person from the company. If you delay, it's mean you are damaging yourself. You are damaging all other people who are working with a good faith and with good intention, and like, their ROI you are converting into the bad debts because of somebody who is not capable and somebody who doesn't want to work. So I think it's very important for a leader to keep an eye in overall business situation, not only on the one side. So yeah, that's my recommendation for all those who are into the business. I think these are the 4 major points which I said that any business has to follow to be successful. First one is the leadership. The second one is the right team. The third one is the execution of your plans and integrating the process with the system and the team. The financial mastering. So if you're not master to look into the finance, you will get bankruptcy.
Exactly.
And
yes.
then,
it's an investment, a company.
Exactly.
So you need to know.
Yeah, the cash flow is the most important thing for any business to be alive. It's a breathing. We are breathing because of something. And in business, that something is your cash. your financial value, you know, your financial stability. So
Completely.
I think these are the 4 points which I would like to share with everybody to follow, especially when they are into the new businesses.
Okay, thank you so much for those 4 points. If you have any question, feel free to comment it and we can check it out for you. And maybe it would be a subject for a new video. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. So come up with the more, you know, kind of questions. And if you have any objection in this video, we are more than happy to reply on the
Exactly.
objections. Yeah.
Completely. So, Imran, I just wanted, before we end this video, you know that we are in Dubai and we can hear so many things about Dubai. And there is also a kind of cliche of Dubai, which is the influencer side. We didn't really talk about it, but I think it's linked to the sales part and also the financial part. Would you say that investing in marketing, social networks, all of this digital world is important for a company today? What are your thoughts about this canal of client acquisition?
Yeah. So, what I think personally, no, the time has changed.
Yeah.
The traditional way of marketing still exists, but if somebody will not follow the new rules of marketing, they will be out of business. And your competitor will take everything. Social media, any 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 online presence, any mean of online presence is very important for your business. So be it a social media, like, you know, or Google or anything else, you know, wherever you can show your business, you should show your business. And at the same time, it depends which business you are. And, you know, if you are running a small business and you have a specific clientage, you know, and you are happy with that, you don't want overburden, you know, sometimes you have a lot of clients but you are not able to deliver services to all of them, you know, that's a negative marketing. So people come and complain that we've been to this restaurant, or we've been to this you know, business, and they were not kind of like, you know, as per our requirements. Like, I will talk about Europe, you know, sorry to say, but when I was there,
Yeah.
so we hear about a good restaurant. So when I was there, there was like no sitting space.
Space.
I like the way they were serving, but at the end, when I travel all the way there and they say, sorry, sir, we don't have space for you, and you have to have a online appointment. So I feel that, you know, in Dubai, we can just go anywhere, you know, any good
It's
restaurant.
easy.
And even though I can see the space, but without appointment, they said we cannot accommodate you because of you know, you're just walk-in client. So it's also depend like what is your limit, what is your capacity that you have to push. Because if even you are doing extraordinary in the marketing, and you are not able to generate out of that investment, you are burning your fund for nothing. So in simple, the social media is very important for any business. Any business, I would say, either it's a small, medium, or large.
Okay.
That presence add value to the business at the end.
Okay, so that is very important, but be careful. You need to be able to satisfy the client, right?
Yes, 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 yes. The customer satisfaction is the first. Your client is your boss.
Completely.
If client is happy, boss is happy.
Exactly. Perfect. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Imran.
I would like to ask from you, Elodie, also. So
Yeah.
you made a big shift from France to Dubai. Why was that? Like, why you felt that Dubai is your place to be, and like how you're feeling in Dubai? Like, are you happy? Like, do you want to share your feeling? And how was the move from France to Dubai?
Yeah, completely. So when I was working in France, I was working in Paris already in the fashion industry.
Nice.
So it was very nice. Like a lot of girls or women would be like, "Oh my God, me too! I want to do that." So this is what I have done, but it took me like 7 months knocking on doors to be able to have a position like that. And then when I was there, it was exciting, it was amazing. But at a certain point, working with model and singers and actor, hearing their stories, traveling around the world, and me staying in Paris, I was like, I also want to travel. I also want to have this life. And I'm coming from a family of entrepreneurs, so
Nice.
I got that in my blood somewhere. So I traveled in different countries before Dubai, because Dubai is very inspiring. I think for me, Dubai is the future. Like before, we had the American dreams, and nowadays it's the Dubai dream
Yeah,
and
very
the UAE
true, very
dream.
true. It's a real dream.
Yeah, completely. And also, you talk about the share stories, but I read also 3 of his 4 or 5 books, and I got very inspired to know how Dubai grew. They started with like fishing and also the pearl industry.
Yeah.
I thought it was petrol when I was in France. I was like, oh my god, no, actually it's not. It was Abu Dhabi. So yes,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot in those books, and I was like, oh, this is so inspiring. I think we all have something to learn from Dubai. And when I came in Dubai the first time, we came just for 1 month to see how was Dubai. You know the story.
Yeah.
But when I first arrived, I was like, oh my God, this country is so inspiring, like the roads and the building. And in France, we have a big road, like the Champs Elysees road, called A6 to go to Lyon and this kind of thing from Paris. And this road is always, there is always some work on this road, and it's never finishing. You say, okay, this part of the road will be finished in 1 year, 2 years, and 10 years after, when I'm going back there, it's still under work, not the same part. But I was like, in Dubai, when they say something in about 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it's done, and it's done properly. So I was like, this is so crazy. They have project and you trust that it will happen. Like you said, if the share is saying like in 2040, we have a plan for that, we all know that it will happen.
Yeah, it will have. We trust him. So Dubai has put a standard where, it's hard to achieve and hard to reach, and it's just because of their leadership.
Completely.
And it's inspiring us every day where we are at the moment. It's like, I feel that we have to learn how they execute and how they process and how they inspire people, and it's a reality. It's not something in the books. You can come to Dubai and see what is happening here.
Completely. It's not even just the book. Completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and when I compare with France, for example, like I can see the government in France, the way they make money, talking about the financial part, for example, it's most of the time like 95% of their income coming from taxes. And French entrepreneurs, they always ask me, but Elodie, how do they do here in Dubai to make money if we don't pay the percentage we pay in France? I will not say it, but it's a huge amount. So here the share is an entrepreneur. He is a businessman, so he's managing the country as a businessman, and I think it's like everyone is thinking like that here. So there is nothing to compare with Europe. And in terms of business, when you are a business person, a freelancer or a businessman, or you want to set up a company here, it's super important to know that this country will support you no matter what, because the share is like that. And I think that makes all the difference between why to set up a business in Dubai compared to the rest of the world at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. I felt the same way. Like the one side of the world is making money with the hard-earned money of the people, which is called taxes. I think everybody should respect and pay taxes. By the way, like Dubai and UAE in general, like there is a tax, but not like a massive tax. We don't have income tax, so whatever we are earning, it goes to our pocket. Of course, with the business, what we earn, there is a small percentage of tax, but it's not applicable on SMEs. Let's say if somebody is coming to the business as a new startup, so he should not worry about this. So we have a VAT. VAT is for on the sales, like, and it goes to the consumer. So at the end, the businesses, they don't pay taxes in general, only if they cross a certain limits. they have to pay a small 9% of the tax from the net profits, which is nothing like if you're making that sort of money, you know.
Yeah.
So as you said, as you compare Dubai with Europe and many other countries, so I think if you are on a right direction and if you know what you have to achieve, especially in the business, you don't need kind of like a fund from the people, you know. You know you are going to add value through the business. So what Dubai is doing, they are best in everything, best in aviation. Emirates is one of the best airline in the world.
Yeah,
If you talk about the high rise, you cannot match the skyscrapers of Dubai with any part of the world.
Yeah.
If you talk about hospitality industry, the best in the world,
It's
I would
amazing.
say confidently. If you talk about the restaurants, the whole world is here. You talk about any food you will find in Dubai. So at the same time, they are empowering the businesses. They are not putting them into the limitations, you know. Their businesses are free. They are not following kind of a box, you know, where they have to stay within that box. If they have capacity, if they have people, if they have funds, if they have time, they can grow. Unlike in Europe, where you have to follow the government, where you have certain times to run a business and you have to pay a lot of tax to the government. And most of the business, when I was talking to the business community, they said we don't want to go above this limit because our tax slab will change, and which is very dangerous for the country growth at the same time, and the people and the businesses, you know. If you put too much limits on the businesses, at the end of the day, you know, how the GDP of a country will increase if there is no business. So Dubai is very good into this. UAE in general, like we are free. All businesses are free. Either you are employee or a business owner, you are free to work. You are free to make money. Your money is your money, and the laws are very strict onto this. I think like for any businessman to come in Dubai and start a venture is the best way to start, because this way, like, he is free to fly, you know.
Completely.
Especially when you are setting up something new and when you're working on ideas, you have to be somewhere where your ideas are respected and where you have freedom to implement your ideas, like in Dubai, you know, or in UAE, you know. Most of the companies now, they are bringing their businesses here, especially if they are startup businesses, because they don't want limits.
The sky
pretty
is
much,
the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Sky is the limit.
Completely.
Yeah.
And also it's good and it's important because as a company, if you want to hire employees also, it's a very nice city to live in. As a woman, I feel so secure here in Dubai. In Paris, I was not going out in the middle of the night by myself alone. These kind of things, but I feel it's also important if you see yourself living in a country, knowing that your kids, your wife, your family will be secure, and also to attract employees to work with you.
You are an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
you know, and you do kind of a networking events online and into different event halls, and always those events are successful no matter where you do, and people like to come to you, and you are so successful in your life. So I have one question, like, why you choose RFZ to be partner and to use RFZ as a platform for you to work at the same time you are doing your own business? So like, what values you think that RFZ will add in your career, you know?
So actually what I really like, so I first came as a client with RFZ to set up a company, and I have so many funny stories with RFZ when we set up the company. So I just arrived fresh, like Parisian, in June, so hot the weather. I went to do my biometrics with a short, like I completely forgot about that. And I really like the quality of service. Like when we arrived first, we came at the office, we were a big group of 8-9 people.
Yeah.
serve some food, and I was like, oh my god, no, they can't do that, like it will be too expensive, 9 people to feed. It's too much. We have to say no, we are not hungry. Guys, we will eat later. So yes, we felt very good with you, with the team. It was very like a family.
It felt like a home.
Exactly. Completely. Then when we did the process with you, anytime we had an issue, you or someone in your team was there, and I was like, oh my god, those people, they don't just talk and say we will do that for you. They are doing like much more than we expect. And then after you delivered the service, we had the company set up, the bank account, we were doing business, and most of the people here, they would say, okay, halas, I have done the service, like it's done, I have my commission, I got paid. It's okay.
Yeah.
But then I remember we were trying to buy a car. And so my business partner at that time told me like, okay, Elodie, I'm going to take care of the car. And I was like, yes, please. I am not, honestly. So we went there, we tried some car, and it was in Sharjah. And I remember a Sunday evening in Sharjah, we were about to buy the car. And then at the last minute, I remember you saying, like, be careful, Elodie, you have to check on the car that it's a UAE something like...
Or American...
exactly.
Or something like that.
Exactly, so. It was that. And then I was seeing America on one stickers, but when we asked before paying, he said, no, it's GCC. And I was with the other business partner, and one of them told me, call Imran. And I was like, no, it's a Sunday, 10 p.m. I will not call Imran. It's not respectful at all. He has his own life.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we need to know. We cannot take the car like that. And I was feeling so bad, but I called you at that time, 10 p.m., a Sunday evening, and you replied, and it was like, yes, please switch the video, and I need to show me the car, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh my God, this is incredible, because those people, you really want to help people, and that's what I love with you and RFZ. Because I put the same effort with the person who are coming to me. It can be a client or anyone. I like to help people for real and be able to help them grow and find solutions. And RFZ and you, and like I think it's the vision of your vision and the company, you are really here to help people. And I find it very rare today to find people really invested in their business, but also with people. And I really like that. And I was like, for me, after 4 years now in Dubai, I have organized many networking events, met so many people, and in my networking events, I could hear so many stories. People were coming to me like, Elodie, how was it going for you to set up a business? And I was like, I had no issue. Everything went perfectly. Like in 1 month, 3 weeks, we got the ID. We could leave and come back. 1 month, the bank account, like everything went super fluently. And I was hearing stories of people, I have the company, I have the license, but I don't have the bank account open. Some of them, they told me it was 5,000 euro, but now they ask me to pay for that and that. I'm checking the bill and it's now 8 or 9,000 euro. And I was like, I didn't have that at all. So after hearing all those stories and make also my own experience and understand the market here in Dubai, I was like, RFZ brings a lot of value to people, and I don't see myself to collaborate with anyone else. Yes, thank you so much for everything you've done. And as you said, the environment is super important, and this atmosphere here and the environment at RFZ is just amazing. So yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for adding a great value to our company by adding yourself here.
Thank you to
and
you.
Hopefully we'll achieve good things together. It's a long journey to go.
Completely.
And a good time is waiting for us.
100%. And thank you so much, Imran, also
You're
for
welcome.
everything. So Imran, tell us if anyone wants to reach out to you and needs some help from you, how do we contact you?
Look, I'm easy to find.
Okay, great.
Always I'm sitting in my office during working hour.
Okay.
So our office is based in Fairmont Tower, is opposite to Trade Center.
Okay.
So 514 I'm always here. We have three offices here,
Yeah.
two on 5th floor and one on 25th floor. If not, then they can reach me out on my website. They can talk to one of our customer service representative, and then they can reach me out, or they can follow me on LinkedIn, Imran Dar. So they can
Okay.
reach me out here, or they can find me on Instagram. Most of the time, they will find me active when there is no work.
Perfect. And the website is rfz.ae?
Yeah, rfz.ae.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. If you have any question again, feel free to ask in comment below, and see you soon with RFZ Bizbox.
Yes.